Hello everybody and welcome to part 22 of my Salty Shaka series. There's no loading screen here because I've taken the liberty of renaming a bunch of the units because we had a prior blueprint of how things were going to happen, and then we decided to beef up on Athens, and now there's a war there. So I was looking at things and I think it's safe to say we're kind of in the end of days for this series. Now, that doesn't mean I think the game's going to be over in a few turns, but I think we've hit the point where we can start to sacrifice the future um, for the purpose of the now. So instead of coming into scientific theory, I think it would be better to go into industrialization because getting Gatling guns ahead of scientific theory is going to be just plain better. Now, what I base this on is the state of things right now. We basically have, although they're under promoted compared to the main army, we have an effective army here. In fact, we have too many uh, crossbows. So this guy was already named America, so I've named this guy Poland and I've named this guy Poland. I think once this starts getting tame, we can have these guys break off to backfill up there. I'll have one of these scouts come back to be the human monument in Warsaw because we need our main army pushing forward, and then this scout can come around Kabul to get better eyes on what's going on, since our main army's goal right now is to take Roe Claw and then push into Paris. Meanwhile, our Athens army can defend here and then push into Knossos, which will fall pretty easy. They don't even have walls up, it would appear. Once Paris is taken, Orleans will be an easy capture. So I'm thinking one thing that might happen is the main army goes from Paris to Palanque based on whatever the scout reveals, and the secondary army can take Orleans, because you can see, based on what we can see, that Orleans looks more vulnerable from the east than the west, so they can do that. And then maybe from there the secondary army can come down into Honolulu, which is not going to be an easy siege, which is why I'm hoping in the time it takes to do all this, we can get double tap on some of these crossbows, because it looks like to push through here we're going to need that. In fact, there's a mountain here, so this is not going to be an easy push, even if it was the main army doing it. We do know that Polynesia has a okay standing army. Earlier when we had scouts around here, they had a lot of units, and that number of units alone will mean it takes us time. If we're trying to battle here, they might be throwing stuff from over here. And that's why we need to get better eyes, because it might be that the main army after Paris starts coming down here just to challenge the Polynesian army, and that to make it easier for the secondary army to take Honolulu. And if that's the case, what we'll do is we'll put the pressure here and then head over to Palanque. Secondary army comes over here and then maybe comes up to Indonesia, or what will more than likely happen based on the number of turns it's going to take to do all of this, the core cities just keep pumping out units, and eventually we have enough of a standing army to just go take Jakarta while these two armies are over here. In other words, the amount of time it's going to take to pull off all of this, I don't know that we'll have the time to research scientific theory and those public schools to be worthwhile. I think having the Gatling guns up sooner, especially for the ones that have range. In fact, that's probably what we'll do. We'll promote the ones, or we'll upgrade the ones that have range, but not the ones that don't. So yeah, I just wanted to announce that change, and I've renamed all the units, to have their new goals highlighted. Oh, and then something else I forgot to mention. I had told the worker that's in Beijing to knock it off. He was doing a farm over here, and I think having him come over here and just help get this road finished is going to make a lot more sense. We're about to take wagon trains, so the cost is going to be diminished, and of course there's probably still going to be a lot of traffic between west and east, especially if the secondary army is what we use to ultimately take Jakarta rather than building a tertiary army. Alright, so that said, we'll get that guy in position to do exactly that. We will hand out promotions following the same guidelines we've been. Okay, this should convert eventually. Nobamba has grown. Okay, so that's a pure production tile. We'll go like that. Get the science. That's more important right now. What else was I looking at? Oh yeah, the religious pressure. So it says 6 followers at 24 pressure. That's 4 or 5 turns. I don't know when it clicked over to 6, but I would anticipate this city's gonna be declared as having converted any time now, at which point we will buy a pagoda. So we can ignore that for that reason. Indonesia stole metal casting. And it also looks like they just dropped a city in our backyard. Okay. Well, it's too soon to declare war. But in a way, it's nice to know that if we do go the tertiary army route, they'll at least get some XP by taking this city down. This will be an easy city to take. It's brand new. Surabaya probably wouldn't even be worth taking. We'll just go straight to Jakarta. With this body of water here, we have options. Maybe move some units through here. I don't know. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it looks like we also killed a spy. French spy. Okay. We have a bombard that has 2 units in range. We'll come back to that. Golden Age has dawned, so what I would like to do is just make sure we're working all of our best gold tiles. Let's see here. Growth in 6. Growth in 7. Still growth in 7. Okay. I mean, we are at the point where giving up 1 turn of growth to get the extra gold might be worthwhile. That is a risky decision, so I'm in no way saying I'm absolutely right. At this point, I do think this becomes a slightly better decision, because in light of the Golden Age. Do keep in mind, next turn, was it? Yeah, 1 turn from now, we will have wagon trains, so our gold will experience a significant relief, I would think. Okay, we have duplicate cotton, duplicate salt. And this guy continues to not have enough money for the cotton, so that's just where that's at. Okay, I don't want to lose sight of the fact that we have this pikeman back here. We don't want to leave our archers exposed. So, what if I said step and shoot, step and shoot, and then he can just attack this thing. I really would like to attack it from this hex, but clearly that's not an option. We can see this guy here. So yeah, we do leave ourselves exposed for an attack like this, but since these guys are off to be human monuments... Oh my goodness. Perhaps sending that detachment away was a little premature. We still have some fighting here to do. Okay. Oops. I mean, taking this impy back here was definitely the right choice, but maybe getting one of them to, like, shoot the horse and one of them to shoot this would have been better. Certainly would have been safer. Okay. Mistake on my part. That's okay. Let's see. This is a thing, and he can reach this as well. He's in the rough, so that's probably... Actually, that looks pretty good. With the spear toss, I imagine we're going to be able to make up the difference. Alright, that's good. So we have this guy shoot there. That makes sense. We have an archer here, and a bombard. Let's see. Okay. Alright. So... if we can get this guy to push in across the river, this guy can backfill here. And I like that idea. So we should have something hit this. The bombard's probably weakest, right? Imagine's 32. This is 35. That's 35. Bombard's weakest, and we don't need to be strong there. We just need to make a difference. There we go. And now it should be that these 2 archers hit this guy, and we might even be able to push him out right now. We do have 2 impies here, so we can kind of guarantee it. It's just a question of... yeah, that works. Okay. And then we can have this guy heal up in place, I guess. We're getting a little weak here, but he's looking a little shot up, so we will have to keep an eye on that. It does look like the Great General's in the ideal position for now. Let's see, so we're done pre-building there. This guy is ultimately going to be the human monument for Greece while we have these guys all push into Knossos. None of these guys have double tap or range, so that's something to consider. I guess coming in through here would be ideal. Then we'll just do that. He's still coming down here. Yeah, he's not going to be able to make much of a difference in this game. Okay, since we are putting pressure on Brussels from back here, we'll just have these guys swap out. That was the plan, and he can sit tight. Alright, get this farm rolling. We don't have a worker following these guys' progress, so maybe he was here. Oh, he had to go around the scout anyways. Okay. Maybe this worker should start heading down this way. This worker can handle the rest of this. This worker's got his work cut out from him. It does look like we're going to pick up a worker here, though. So perhaps that is premature. I'll come back to him. Let's take a look at this. Of all these impies, this is the only one that's free to come to the front line, so let's just do that. We'll get this guy backed up. He might be the new human monument. Well, we can have a scout go do that. We're going to basically use shots to take out some of the military here just because our overall MP presence is a little lacking for the moment. I mean, this guy can always step, pillage, step, kind of act as back protection for this. Depending on what these guys do. Okay, so we'll start from the back guy. Alright, not enough to take him out all by himself. That's unfortunate. And that one did. Go figure. Random toss. Alright. So he can push into here. Let me go ahead and take this guy over here and see what the flanking looks like here. Okay, so let's put one more shot into him. There we go. And now you should be able to push in. Good. And we will try to get this guy eliminated. The city itself is probably going to fall quite quickly. So, yeah, getting all the units killed off. Especially while we're at a bit of a gold issue. I think I will move the Great General here. We still have this one back here, kind of keeping an eye on the guys that are healing in the background. We'll have this guy continue to improve or repair the river tiles. Let's see here. I kind of like the idea of the guy with the... Oh, we know the city tile's somewhere in here because it was able to shoot our impy here. So we're probably going to get exposed if we step here. Okay, so I'm glad I chose the one with double survivalism. Yep. Okay, getting through here is going to take some time. These mountains are unfortunately kind of changed what we needed to do. But that's what keeps the game interesting, right? You don't just make plans and then execute them. Let's see here. Kind of don't want to occupy... Oh, this works out great. Alright, so next turn we can shoot, let him heal up, and we'll let this guy backfill, and we'll go from there. Yes, so it does look like this worker will be ours. There's nowhere for a Polish worker to go. So I'll have this guy continue to help out here, at least for this tile. Probably after that he can head over to Warsaw, because we'll probably be making peace with Poland by that point in time. Now we don't actually need another crossbow out west. Although we can always backfill with like human monuments, like say in Polynesia or France. So since we have another one coming out in 2, and we already have one in the area for home defense, I do think heading west is the way to go. It's unfortunate this stem is still not done yet. Hey, and look at this. This guy finally, just in time for the Golden Age. Nice. Finally. Okay. And he'll go up here and do this next. So I don't know what to think about him settling a city here, but I think with the rate at which we're making units in the backfield, I don't think we have anything to worry about. We can double check his military here. Okay, so he's been doing a steady ramp up. You'd expect to see that as science goes up anyways, so we don't know what to make of that. Um, other than to say it's probably not an issue. Hey, look at this. He is withdrawing. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the only reason we have duplicate gold at all is because of one of our allies. So let's just look into that real quick. I didn't see any. Did I miss it? I could have sworn that's how we came upon gold. Let's let that come back to our turn and re-examine that, because I'm a little confused as to why. I thought gold was the one. Oh, is it one of our new conquerors? Because we have the Athens gold, and was it America? No? Huh. How do we have duplicate gold? Resources imported, not gold. Alright, so gold is coming from Athens and Ulundi. Okay. So we're talking like turn one kind of stuff. That's why I forgot. Do you have enough money for cotton yet? You do not. That's insulting. He sounds upset. Alright, here we go. Wagon trains. We're at -20 at the moment. Ooh, 16 gold relief. That's nice. And we do have these reserves. And keep in mind, because we are on the end of the days, these reserves are mostly free. We were kind of planning them for like public schools, upgrades to like rifling and such. This guy's got some money, so I'll do this. And that. There we go. Alright. Hey, look at that. We are lots of promotions. Okay, let's get on this promotion there. This guy took off, and this is the only town we can't see. So we could chase after him, finish him off, and then bring this guy in to like shoot to help relieve, do some pillaging as we go on to our next destination. It's not a bad idea, because we don't need these guys backfilling too much. We do want to get somebody over in Poland, but we do have a scout that can hold in the meantime. Well, let's get on with the other promotions. New guy. Alright, we'll have to take a look at that. There's a promotion for rough. Nice, because we're about to shoot into rough, it looks like. Medic. Rough. Rough. And a camp has cleared. Oh, near home. That's good to know. We have an archer coming out next turn, and a MP coming out next turn, so these two can go ahead and address that. We can ignore that for this turn, as long as we remember to come back to it. We'll get back to construction projects in a second here. Are you on a hill? You are. Okay. So that means he's going to be shooting this guy, but he's got multiple cover, so that's fine for now. We'll be able to push through, no problem. With the crossbow acting on the camp, we should be able to handle this with the people we have there. Because this is right here, though, rather than sending another MP to the west, maybe we send him up to help, just in case. We have, not including the detachment, we only have 5 MPs here. That's probably plenty for Knossos, especially if we can get around to healing them up. Who is medic here? You are. So healing around that guy is ideal. This is in borders. Okay. So he's going to be the human monument, so this guy can get freed up. So we'll have 5 MPs and 1, 2, 3. No, that's not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Damn. Okay, so maybe we shouldn't have all these guys detached just yet. It feels like I'm missing something, because I don't remember being this ill-prepared. I thought I had planned all this out off camera. 1, 2, 3, 4 crossbows in the area, period. And we would want at least 4 on the front line. I mean, Knossos will fall very easily, but everything we do after that will need the help. So I guess we have this guy come back. I don't want to end up here because we could get hit by these swordsmen. They do look like they're in retreat mode, but we're not really in a healed enough state to pursue. He's the medic, right? Yep. Okay. Well, we can just do this for now. We'll get this guy over here to help with that. This guy can come down here, especially since this guy has movement left to where if this had exposed something problematic, we could have jumped over to block. Okay, so that's good. We'll get somebody staying over here. And having somebody keep eyes down here is not even a bad idea because of the caravan. Alright, so we will move the Great General. If we had these two attack him, I don't think that's bad, but let's move the Great General here just in case. We can always jog onto flat if we need to cover him like so. Alright, let me... Alternatively, we could just forget about this and move about our way. Yeah, I think with having lost one of these guys to here, I think doing that, I'd feel better about that. So, we will try and tap into the roads to make the journey quicker. Okay, so we seem to be a little light in the crossbow department, so that's what I will do here. Oh! Oh, this is where I... Okay. So he would be the Grecian monument, perhaps, or something. So yeah, we can detach one of these, just not right away. Or maybe this guy should just be named Poland. That seems fine. Yeah, we can call him Poland. There we go. Alright. But I do think we are a little light in the crossbow department, so we can do that next here. We've got plenty in the MP department on home, so I'm comfortable with that. Alright, we'll have this guy head over. Oh, look at that. We'll probably pick that up next turn. I'll have this guy completely finish the road. None of this pre-building crap. We at least need a stun from here crossing the river, is what I think. So we'll have him pre-build. You sit tight one more turn. And it's probably time to just back off of Brussels. I'm seeing some stuff here. I thought we had just seen a settler, did we not? Apparently we did not. Okay. So yeah, let's back off. Can't be shot from there, so we'll just sit tight there for now. He's coming down. Okay. Alrighty. So we cannot pillage. Let's see here. Only 6 of these guys will get shots in on the city, so let's just see where that leaves us. Alright, so those 3 alone can easily do well. So perhaps what I should have done is gotten one of these guys over the river. We'll move him back here. We'll take eyes on that. Alright. So this would not be safe. We'll come here. Because he's the one with scouting, we got a lot of visibility, which is nice because that'll make planning our how to proceed that much better. Let's get this guy over here. This guy here. Looks like we've got 2 units that can afford to go to the front lines-ish. So since this guy's on the road, let me step up on this hill. Now we can at least see that. And how far can he reach now? That is good. And how far can this guy reach? Probably should have done that first. Let's have him end up here. So that way we have somebody on this side of the river. Everybody's on this side of the river right now. And that's not where we want to be in the long term. And then we can have this guy back up. He's a medic, so they'll help each other heal up a little quicker. This guy is going to be coming up here to be the human monument in Warsaw. This filler. Okay, we'll finally be able to get onto that cocoa. Not that we necessarily need the happiness, but... and this is a fine position for this great general. In fact, what I'll do is I'll move him forward, because now I think we can afford to move this guy up like so. And that gives everybody a good enough spread, it would appear. There we go. Alright, so that's doing well. Do you have enough money for cotton yet? Still no. Okay. So we'll just pass the turn and see how it goes here. Yep, the guy that gets hit is the guy that can pillage, so that's fine. Okay. Promotions to hand out. You will be heading down to this new camp. We'll take up almost all of his movement, because this guy can actually hit the camp, right? He could, right? No? Okay. I don't know why I was under the impression that we would be able to, but that's okay. They can address that next turn. And I think we're handing out March to these guys since we're surrounded by medics. Still haven't had a chance to test that theory, but I didn't bother looking it up. This is what I was looking for. Okay. So if we shoot there, can you just kill? Maybe not. Let's just keep it safe. This gives this guy a little more XP. And right now, XP on our lesser units seems like a good idea. Indonesia now ally of Zurich. Oh, that will not stand. Not even for a moment. Okay, so we can see the exchange rate here is proportionate, so we shouldn't actually give anything more than we need to. Although we could. This might encourage him to spend more. Hanoi and Indonesia. Okay, so he's racking up. Where is Hanoi? I have lost track. Oh, Hanoi's way over there. That's not a problem for us. Okay. Polynesia has denounced France. Does that mean they're going to start getting sweet on us? Wouldn't that be something, huh? We saw France do it earlier in the game for like half a second. Okay, so 2 cities developing construction projects. We now have 2 crossbows in the home area. We're about to have a 3rd. And we have 2 floaty impies in the home area. So it might be worthwhile to just do like we did before, impy here, crossbow here. Now I only think this makes sense if we're actually planning on building a tertiary army at home. And I don't see a reason why not, because we can just get started on them at our leisure, really. Where did that missionary go? Interesting. Okay, so he must be over here somewhere. Thought there was a missionary coming through. We can keep eyes on it from there. It's not terribly important. This guy's going to Poland, ultimately. Pre-build, go. Alright. Oh, he did come in. He did come in. Okay. Well, that's actually good news, because now we can punish him for that. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to do that. I do think it's worthwhile to have this guy back up for a second to shoot. He won't be under the influence of the Great General. We can move the Great General here so that this guy is now under the influence of him. There's that. And then 1, 2, 3. Finish that off. And it's within faith range. Very nice. Okay. We only get 1 shot in here, but we have triple flank if we move this guy here. And he's safe to actually remain there. So let's just do what we can. This is the medic. And it looks like we will be able to finish him off by ourselves. So I want to do that so the medic's standing next to this guy. And in subsequent turns we'll be standing next to these guys. So these guys can actually just do like so. This guy comes up. Let's have a... Okay. Wow, we did a pretty good job of annihilating all of that, huh? So we'll come here like so. And now from here he can actually step and shoot. And he has a blocker nearby. So we can actually start getting into position for all that. He makes it across here. So this works. And that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4 active shooters. So he can go back and then he can backfill as we were originally planning. Okay. And it looks like Laventa is ripe for tribute, so that'll add to our coffers there. We pick up another great general. I think the place for this guy is at home, given our current efforts to make a tertiary army. We can follow the road and try to influence all this to make it just get wrapped up in one turn. Although I'm pretty sure that would work even without the Great General's influence. Ooh, here we go. Pasture, culture, and the governor doesn't seem interested in that, which I disagree with, but, you know, whatever. Alright, this guy's freed up. So now we really are in a position where we just need the one worker here. We're about to get a worker here. Kind of don't want to expose this guy to being on the river here, on the road like this, but okay, he'll take over his human monument next turn. That gives this guy the opportunity to heal up completely, which is unnecessary, but this is an MP, so I'll go ahead and just capture this with the MP. Yeah, we might get hit, but we can probably do something about that anyways. This guy pillages before he captures. So I'm seeing where this scout's within range here. Oh, we can kill that in one shot. So we should. There. Oh, it is actually going to take a second shot. Okay. That's fine, because I'm sure we have plenty of shots here. In fact, I was thinking we should probably stop and shoot, let everybody get in on it. Oh. Too much? Too much. That's okay. That just gives us an opportunity to get another one across the river here like so. And Roe Claw is ours. Let's view the city before we make decisions. We got 2 buildings. We'll be in resistance for 2 turns. Is it worth holding on to the city for the mosque? For the mosque alone, no. But having a base of operations right on top, another base of operations right on top of France, while we have the happiness to support it, I think is worthwhile. So, for now, let's say we will keep the puppet, and we will raise it at our leisure. Here's another worker, which I don't think we'll be able to seize, but if we do, we might be able to put him to work. We're not going to bother with repairing the tiles here. We don't care about Roe Claw. And one of the problems of the way we've progressed is I don't think Krakow's so developed. I don't think we're going to get that in a peace deal. But we can try. He's not going for it this turn, so let's let it sink in one more turn and go from there. So this is a bit risky, but luckily we have an army of impies nearby that we can punish if that's something he tries to do. In that idea, we get the Great General across the river here. We get this Great General across the river here. That's a nice piece of... Alright. And we can't afford this guy coming here, so we'll come in here, which just increases our chances of intercepting this guy. And it's not like we need the workers right now, but we will in the upcoming wars. That's one of the mistakes I think I mentioned I feel I've made throughout the bulk of this run, is not having enough wartime workers. Which, if you got to develop your homeland first, I think that's an admirable priority. However, we've been in a position of having too many workers. Okay, so this Great General should probably be in a more flexible position, because we've got this river that's going to be a minor problem in our assault of Knossos. We got guys needing to heal up, so we got a few turns to get that all together. I don't know, for some reason it looked like there was a camp in here. This is an okay place to set up shop, I think. It'll be the human monument, and we'll have this MP cover north of the river in Berlin. We take the inside track, of course, just to keep our guy safe, since he's all dangly and whatnot. He could use a little healing, but I think getting across the river is more important right now. If we're heading towards Paris, this is where we want to be, between Kabul and this river. We don't know what's going on in Troyes, and frankly I don't care, because Roe Claw is not something we intend to keep. Double check. This guy does have money now, so let's get this cotton out of here. That'll help our money situation, which somehow is back into the red by a good amount. Double digits anyways. Let's keep an eye down here, although there's nothing to watch. We've killed everything. and gained faith in the process. Ooh, knights are coming out. Oh, and he upgraded to crossbows. That's good to know that that's going to be a thing now. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and finish this off. And this should probably be a one-shot, yeah. Ooh! Swordsman. Chris Swordsman. Is that just a replacement for... well, let's just find out. I don't want to guess. It is a replacement for... Replaces Swordsman. Okay. And he still has a question mark, so he hasn't fought yet or hasn't gained a promotion. I don't know how that works. I forget. Maybe he hits this and softens it up for us. I don't know. Losing grasp on iffy. Buenos Aires wants Taoism. Okay. Well, our profit is halfway around the world, so... And the passive here is going to take forever, so I don't think we'll be able to satisfy that. And where was iffy? Alright. We don't want to be losing... Well, I guess it's not the end of the world. What are they giving us anything unique? No. Wales is not unique for us, right? We've got like 3, don't we? Show you right. Okay. Get some visibility there. Germany has denounced France. Greece has denounced France. America has denounced France. I mean, to be fair, they were hating on France earlier in the game anyways, but that's funny to me. Okay. Alright, so this worker is just free, so we take it. Great General can't quite join in the same vein. But we can get this MP over to here. Keeps him out of bombard. This is a 4 charge. Okay. Let's see here. Those truffles are not very good. We have horses right here. Actually, this is a turn where we can double check what he would give us for peace. He's not going for it. Now, see, if we had taken Krakow in Warsaw, he would have given us Roe Claw for free. So if I had known that this was going to work out this way, that's how I would have done it. And we would have been better off. So this is where the scouting and knowing your city... I don't know why I thought Krakow was second instead of Lodz, but... It's not like I never see Poland or anything like that. So yeah, let's drop a holy site somewhere. I don't think faith's going to be all that important long term. We got lots going on here as far as... This would be ideal. Do we have stables here? No. Okay. Well, luckily we also don't have the religion that gives pastures culture. Anyways, let's see what we get from this. I think we should be able to get something. And if we can't, it's only because the damage we didn't do wasn't significant enough in terms of real estate. Yeah. See, we could have gotten a lot more from this if we had taken Krakow instead of Roe Claw. Alright. So there's that. That gets Almaty off, or Valletta off our back. In fact, we're friendly with them. He's healing. This worker has nothing to do except for join the front lines. We have 2 frontline workers this way. He's coming over to help. Although, you know what? Warsaw doesn't actually need the help. It's got some river farms, though, so we'll just do it. He comes here because he can hop along either way, just fine. He has to come here because of this guy. A jungle. Oh, that's Mayans. Interesting. And there's some Mayans. Look at that. In France. Wow. Okay. Let's see. This is good. This is good enough. This is good. This is good. That's the most important thing. And then, of course, getting the Great General. Let's see. This seems fine. We can have these guys heal up one more turn. This guy gets to the front, no problem. Let's cross over the river there. And now he takes his place like so. Okay, and that worker on the river there is now safe. Repair that mine. We'll get on the... What are you doing? Oh, is this a river stem? That sucks. Okay, well this still gets us kind of... Alright, you're heading off. Okay. If I step and shoot here, this guy can go 1, 2. So we might need to bring this impy into here to attack. He's the medic over here. This guy can step forward for eyes. Back off. Well, we kind of want to do the damage we can while we can, right? Oh, you know what? He still has both movement points, right? I wanted to, okay, it was a composite bowman. So if we do have an empty end up here, we get bombard, shot, and maybe hit with that. As much as I'd love to give the flanking bonus here, I think these guys need to heal up. Like so. Which means he needs to come in through here, which is unfortunate. Alright. This is the medic, so if we need to heal up in this spot, that's fine. We kind of need to start pushing through. He can't have both archers in the city town. We need to try and take advantage of that. Is where my thoughts are. There. Okay, so we are done pre-building here. And I think any other of these tiles that are pre-built are not fully built, so looks like he's done there, and then we'll finish the stem here, and then we'll finally be where we want to be there. It's probably better for him to come around Brussels just because they're hostile to us at the moment. This impy can also join the fight. We are a little shy on impies over there, so this works. I didn't actually see the missionary though, so that's interesting. Okay, we get that great general there. Clean up here, right? Probably. It wasn't certain, but it seemed like a likelihood. No, we did not want him to armor up. We want him to cross the river because heat fills in. Alright. Let's see here. Great general here. I will keep him here because we do have some people in the back. He's fine. You are there. Okay, we are well past the half-hour mark, so I'm going to end it here. I should have ended it last turn, and I'm actually feeling it, like I'm feeling a little drained. Hey, we get all of his money after all. So, thank you for joining me. Leave a like if you feel I've earned it. Also leave a comment. I like hearing your guys' input, especially when you get that banter going with one another. Everybody benefits, so that's a good thing. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.